What's up, guys? It's Nick from Mining Office, and today, instead of talking about the usual GPU proof of work stuff, we're going to be looking at something a little more green. It's called proof of space-time. This is nothing new, you've probably heard of it, and that's just a fancy word for saying HDD mining. So you can see in my second PC here, I have a 8 terabyte Seagate drive, which has been mining Chia actually, or farming Chia, I guess I should say, since I think April. So the returns on this really aren't great. I have not ROI'd this, not even close. I'll go over what I made with this so far. For a while I was plotting up, and when I reached my max amount of plots, I tried solo mining, and of course I hit absolutely nothing because the net space just exploded. But I've joined HPOOL since a good amount of time now, so you'll see the returns I've earned with that. Now, the most important thing here is that Chia does not seem to be the most profitable HDD farmable coin anymore, so that's what I want to bring to you guys. We're going to be looking into Chives, which is a hard fork of Chia, and I'll be comparing it to Chia. So let's get to it. Let's hop onto the computer and we'll check it out. All right, so just quickly in the HPOOL miner, you can see I have my farm on 3 different hard drives in total, or spread out over 3 different hard drives. Mostly that P drive is what I showed you, the 8 terabyte Seagate drive. A total capacity of 9.31 terabytes are plotted for Chia right now. You can see the number of plots there for each. So let's take a look how much we've made on the HPOOL website so far. If you look at my Chia balance, you'll see I have a third of a Chia, more or less, and that's worth a whopping 49 USD. So nothing crazy. I haven't even paid off half of this hard drive yet, and I've been mining since June 6th on HPOOL with this exact amount of storage space. So 9.31 terabytes, I believe it was, has been mining constantly. Over 99% uptime, I can guarantee that, since June 6th. So that's, again, nothing crazy, but from what I'm seeing, the profitability on Chives is over double this. So I know it's not making a lot of money, but this type of mining doesn't really take a lot of electricity. So if it's free profits, I'll take free profits. Without further ado, let's jump into Chives. So this is their homepage, chivescoin.org. You can see they have a 0% pre-mine, which is one of the big gripes I personally had and a lot of the Chia community had with the project, is that there was a really large pre-mine with Chia. And though the developers promised to use it for good reasons and this and that and whatever, there's still that potential for a rug pull, let's say. So Chives is an eco-friendly blockchain based on proof of space-time. That's what POST is. No pre-mine, no ICO. So 45% goes to miners, 45% will go to master nodes. I'll talk a bit about that afterwards. And 10% to community autonomy. Anyone who makes a contribution can apply for these community autonomy rewards. We'll look at the green paper, but first we'll just go over this page first. So why choose us? Obviously, they are a Chia hard fork. Chives is a fork of Chia that gives 90% of the block rewards to miners. And in stage 3, once they have the master nodes, then it'll be 45 for the miners and 45 for the master nodes. So the master nodes, I'm told, will be coming next year, and you will need 100,000 Chives coins to have a master node. Again, they show it is community driven. There's 10% of the block rewards that go to the community, and it's also open, transparent, right? No pre-mine, no ICO, like I said before. There's also a NFT farm game coming. I'll go more into that in detail, but I'm actually quite interested about this. And if you go down here, you can see that there's 18.75 seconds per block, and it's 200 Chives per block as a reward. Here you can see a bit more on their team and their available social medias if you're interested. Right away, before we go into any more details about Chives, let's go into the most important thing, which is the profitability. Why should you mine Chives? Well, look, if we go to chiaforkscalculator.com, which will give you basically the profitability of all the Chia forks, or at least the popular ones, and Chia itself, right? If you check this little box here. If I plug in my information here with about 9 terabytes, more or less, this is TIB, so it's slightly different than terabytes, and I choose Chia, you'll see that my income here is about 45 cents per day USD, which is $13.60 per month. But if we add in Chives to this and we go back to our calculator, this jumps to $1.27 USD per day, or $38 a month. So that's quite a big difference, and that's what's kind of making me take this initiative and go towards something else. I kind of let my hard drive run on HPOOL for the longest time and kind of forgot it. And when I checked out the profitabilities, well, this came up, and listen, it's not a lot, but doubling your profit is definitely nothing to shake a stick at. If we scroll down a little more, you'll see the difference here. So let's just see monthly, we'll be making $24 with Chives, and Chia will be making $9.06. So I don't know why both of these numbers are different here. Real values can be lower or higher, so I don't know why it says 38 here, but again, at the bottom here it says 24. But the important thing here is you can compare both of them, and you can see that the difference in profitability between Chives and Chia is over double. Now, if we go look at that green paper, I'll go through it quickly again. Feel free to read it for yourself. It's based on Chia, so a lot of this is going to be the same. The green paper is short, so it just kind of goes over the differences more or less. So Chives is a hard fork created by community volunteers as a completely decentralized, no reservation, no ICO, and community autonomy green cryptocurrency. Chives is not affiliated with Chia network, but it is built on Chia's outstanding open source code. Here it says, in order to prevent large mining pools from dominating, Chives uses a combination of proof of space and time, which is what we discussed before, and proof of service, which I don't really know what that is, but I guess it prevents pooling for this specific purpose. And miners of Chives can use free hard disk space to mine 45% of Chives openly, fairly, and transparently. So again, the 45% I think is only once the master nodes come in. Right now it's 90%. In the mining model, they talk a bit about the plotting process. So basically you use your disk space to plot to, and that plot is used as proof of space and time. Again, the block is generated every 18.75 seconds, and each block reward is 200 Chives. The master node system, again, is really cool. That's something new on top of Chia. It takes 100,000 Chives to have a master node, and it'll be coming next year. But I think that's a really cool aspect, and I look forward to that. And I think that's all I want to cover from here. If not, if we go back to the main page, we can go see the About Us section, where you can see a little more technical details about the project, and also a in-detail plan for, I think, 13 years of the project. So all the farming rewards, the halvings. If you're interested in this, go see it. The one thing to note here is that there is no upper limit for total issuance. So that is to be noted. If we keep scrolling down, there's a lot of the same topics that are covered again here, but what I want to really go over is what problems does Chives solve. Like I mentioned before, Chia officially reserves a large number of coins that they call the pre-mine or a pre-farm that worries a lot of people. And again, Chia is dominated by large-scale mining pools. Again, look, this is not a problem right now because the network size is pretty small right now for Chives, so it's okay to solo mine, but once the network size reaches a certain point, I think that'll really eat into your profitability if there's no option to pool, because if you just have a small amount of disk size, it'll take you forever and you might never win a block. So if you don't win a block, you'll never get paid anything. There's also the roadmap if you want to see specific dates for certain aspects of the project. So you can see stage 1 is done. If we go down to stage 2, right now we are in November of 2021. So theoretically we're between stage 2, which has finished, and stage 3, which will be to modify the source code and increase function of master node. So that seems to be the next step, which is quite exciting. Super quickly, I want to talk about the NFT aspect to this. So they have a game that's coming with the NFT integrated into it. I'm not going to go into depth because they already sold out for the first batch. They sold out 7,000 NFTs pretty quickly for the game. There's going to be 30,000 total, and I think the next round is coming in December. So maybe I'll make a video more specifically on the details of the game and the NFTs when that time comes. But if you want more information, you can go here to GameFi, and if you go to Chives Farm English, you can find the white paper for the game, which looks something like this. Final thing I want to cover is their listing on LBank. I think it was this week actually they were listed. So you can see it here. It's XCC for the ticker. And if we open that up, you can see it looks like this. You can see it's stabilized close to 3 cents. So we're at $0.0289, so 2.9 cents more or less per XCC. So again, it was just listed. I think this is the first exchange they were listed on. If you guys remember the plug chain video, I'll link to that. That was also the exchange that they were listed on, was LBank. And if not, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video on Chives. I think I'll make a follow-up to this where I'll basically go through the downloads, the GitHub release, the blockchain database, and setting up all your stuff, so your wallet, and after that doing the plotting process to start farming chives. So I think that would be interesting. Let me know if you guys would be interested, and think about leaving a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Take care until next time, guys.